Hey Village! So tonight I am surprising the kids and we are gonna go see the new movie Inside Out 2 that just got released. I have had this release date on my calendar probably the whole year, actually probably into last year. I have been like waiting to see this. I absolutely loved the original, and having it now progress into teen emotions and have new emotions being introduced, it is just really exciting. But before I show you our little trip to Inside Out 2, and I'm gonna get a full review by Darcy, my 8-year-old, I wanna talk about mental health. And I think that these two things go hand in hand. Darcy is at an age where she is communicating a lot more about how she feels, about things that are happening in our life. And also that includes different experiences as a foster family. And I am not a perfect parent, I'm not a perfect foster parent, and I'm just doing my best. And when it comes to movies like this and different tools, I use it as an opening to start a conversation. And like I shared in the last video, I do have a previous foster teen who had aged out of the system. They are staying with us right now. And so they're coming to the movie too. They were excited. I always like to give the invitation that, teenagers are welcome to come. And it's up to them because, a Disney movie might be a little childish, but we're all kids at heart. But mental health is super important, and this video is actually being sponsored by BetterHelp. And I want to share with you all my experiences with therapy because it's something that I've done off and on. And honestly, I haven't had a consistent schedule. Usually I'm a bit reactive or slightly proactive. So if I know that there are certain things that are coming up, I'll, preemptively try to, schedule for therapy and get in with a therapist. I haven't had continuity with my therapists, but even saying all of that, therapy has always been incredibly supportive for me when I'm in a time of need. And I would encourage all of you, especially caregivers, don't wait until you're in a crisis to be getting that support. And that's something that I've been learning. It's much easier to have a therapist that is established with you, help you navigate and give you unbiased advice and be that listening ear when you have that existing relationship as things are coming up in life. But this past year, I have definitely been practicing going to therapy. And previously I had experienced postpartum depression and got support with therapy, and also have been able to get some support when there have been some pretty significant secondary trauma as a result of being a foster caregiver, whether that is that trauma and I guess the result of being a part of this system and seeing and experiencing the things that don't work in the system, and also just kind of carrying the weight of the trauma of the children and the families that you are coming into contact with. So I am a big proponent of therapy, and I will say that the kids who come into the home who are experiencing foster care, most likely they have something established. But if there are other children in the home or you yourselves as caregivers, sometimes this gets pushed to the side. And I will say that based on life transitions and some of the things that are coming up with Darcy and how she's communicating, especially around like the foster care stuff, we are in the process of getting her started with therapy. And it's been a conversation that I've had with her. I've talked with her about, hey, this is, something that I do. This is something that, the teen does. I don't really have like a code name or anything for her, but this is something that we all do, and we try to normalize it. And when it comes to BetterHelp, they connect you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. First, you're gonna go to the website, and you can even use my link, betterhelp.com/bethevillage. You'll answer a few questions, and BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles just like yours. And with a service like BetterHelp, it's making therapy much more accessible. And caregivers, we have jam-packed schedules. We're always on the go. We're taking care of the family. We're taking care of everything. So the convenience of being able to pop on your computer or on your phone and have that therapy session makes it much easier to integrate into your day-to-day. So let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you, all from the comfort of your home. Visit betterhelp.com/bethevillage or choose Be the Village during sign up and enjoy a special discount on your first month. I know for me with therapy, these regular check-ins are really keeping me grounded and focused. And yes, I have a great support system. I have close family, friends. I have an incredible community that is just wrapping me up with a hug. But also sometimes there are things that I want to talk about that I don't necessarily want my friends and family to know the intricate details of. And mental health matters. We are examples for children, our children, the children who are coming into our home, the children we work with. And so be that example of taking care of yourself. This is the type of self-care that isn't, you know, getting a manicure, pedicure, or, you know, getting a massage or taking a bath. Like, this is mental health self-care. I'm gonna go ahead and get some things ready for this movie. I'm gonna bring you guys along and we'll see what everybody thinks about it at the end. What is your review of the movie?
I did like it, but I kind of didn't. I mean, like, it's basically about how this emotion anxiety she's on. She tries to make Miley different, and then like the normal emotions, which is joy, sadness, anger, and disgust and fear. They all try to stop her, which I think is a good idea because anxiety, like, can't make a new Wiley, and they can't decide about the Wiley, joy or anxiety. My favorite part was at the very end when Wiley was crying and like was thinking about all the emotions, and I'm pretty sure I think all her memories when that all came together. That's my favorite part because it was really emotional. It's because it was really emotional.
Oh, it was really emotional? Yeah, Mommy was crying, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I was crying. All right, I have to give you my thoughts of the movie, but it's the next day just because I had to get the kids to bed. The movie went till about 8 o'clock, and then by 8:30, yeah, once Sawyer hits like past his bedtime, he like won't go to bed. So had to refocus, make sure got their bedroom routine. But just wanted to share my thoughts. So Inside Out 2 did not disappoint. Oh, I was like in my feels, and honestly, from the lens of like self, like there was some self-awareness with like, you know, I struggle with anxiety, and anxiety is like a key part of the storyline in Inside Out 2. So that part of the storyline was really hitting me, and also just, I really hope saying this isn't gonna bring about like a bunch of bashing, but you know, I do see some of that in Darcy. I'm aware of that, and I stop, you know, I'm very cautious and really trying to adjust the way that I am modeling relaxation and not worrying so much. But you know, our kids pick up on stuff, and I know I'm not the only one. And again, that's why, you know, after this last, I think like the last wellness visit with Darcy and Sawyer, did get a recommendation from their pediatric office for child therapy, and I'm starting on BetterHelp. So I'm gonna just continue to be a work in progress in that way. Back to the storyline, definitely saw it through the lens of like self, and then also saw it through the lens of like my kids, and then also kids who come and go in the home. Definitely like get you in the feels. And I would say, you know, hopefully we haven't like spoiled too much. I might even put a spoiler just in case, spoiler warning in case we're giving away too much. But I would say that with any, I mean, I feel like a lot of Disney movies have like trigger warnings for kids who have experienced foster care or trauma or loss, just because it's like every Disney princess or like The Lion King. I mean, come on. There's a lot of loss. There's a lot of heavy emotion. And so do I think that you have to like screen it ahead of time? No, not necessarily. Maybe read up on some potential trigger warnings and just be ready to have that conversation with the child. And again, I always speak to the fact of fostering teens. There tends to be a more open dialogue and conversation about it versus younger kids. And so if anyone out there would like to drop in the comments what they find works and doesn't work when they have like, you know, school age children who are experiencing that, who have experienced foster care and who are, you know, watching a movie and there might be some heavy themes. How do you approach it? Do you, like, what do you say leading up to it? What are the questions, you know, that you have for them after to open up space? And honestly, that's sometimes all that it's about, is just being aware. I think as adults we can get really wrapped up in go, go, go. Okay, we're going to the movie, we're going home, and like we're not conscious of, okay, well, how is the child, how is their behavior now? Dog squeaky toy in the back, awesome. Yeah, so it's like, you know, if you start to feel like they're shut down or maybe they're acting out, that could be a way that they're expressing what's coming up for them. They just don't have the words for it. So those are my quick thoughts on Inside Out 2 and how you can incorporate that if you're watching it with your family and especially with teens or kids who are experiencing foster care. And again, you're never too old to be taking care of your own mental health, your own emotions. Emotions are valid, and that's what I love about Inside Out and Inside Out 2 is that they really show that all of the emotions matter. And that's really what we get to celebrate is, sure, anxiety has a purpose and embarrassment has a purpose and joy has a purpose, sadness has a purpose. You know, all of these are very like purposeful emotions and we need them all to be human. We're very dynamic people and the kids that we are caring for are dynamic as well. So please consider checking out BetterHelp. The link is in the description and Darcy actually wants to send us out for this video.
Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.